Today, as we celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Developments of Excellence Awards, we want to take you to some of the early groundbreaking projects to explore their impacts on our way of life.
The arrival of developments that located homes, offices, restaurants, and shops together in pedestrian-friendly environments ushered in a new era in the Atlanta region. David Olens, chair of the Livable Communities Coalition, has closely watched these new growth trends emerge.
We've seen a few new development trends from a residential perspective over these last 10 years or so. One would be the emergence of high-rise living at the entry level, particularly along the Peachtree corridor. What's new about them is that they're affordable, but they have high-quality finish levels. They're walking environments, good amenities in them. Another one that comes to mind would be the traditional neighborhood developments where you have small lot lines, you have front porches, you have walkability, you have retail mixed in to these mixed-use communities, so they're very user-friendly, and this has been a very well-received product type.
One of the more urban and vibrant projects is the Novair Group's Metropolis, a pair of twin concrete and blue-tinted glass buildings that rise 20 stories above Midtown Atlanta. The 498 residential units are set above 40,000 square feet of street-level retail. Its success is a prototype for many other new developments here and in the Southeast. Private developers aren't the only ones creating transit-oriented and walkable places. Georgia Tech applied many smart growth concepts as it grew its campus east, across the downtown connector and into Midtown. The resulting technology square injected more than 4 million square feet of vibrant development throughout 2 city blocks. The East Campus includes a hotel, 132 residential units, a LEED Silver certified building, and open green spaces.
I really love Tech Square. I think Tech Square is a wonderful example. It's one of a couple of the most urban new blocks built in Atlanta in a very long time. And it's another example of basically taking what had become simply a bunch of parking lots and empty sites, redeveloping them into what is now a thriving center. Wonderful street design. I think they really got the sidewalks wonderfully designed. The cafes are always filled. It's a lively and a very attractive area, and it's convinced a lot of people that the idea of living in the city is actually a very attractive option.
Another great development of excellence winner is Gateway Village in Morrow. Conceived as an idealistic vision for the 21st century Clayton State University campus, the resulting 93-acre Gateway Village connects the university grounds with the nearby Reynolds Nature Preserve. The result is a harmonious, walkable, and healthy environment for students and workers in the area.
You had several sides of a major roadway, one more residential in nature close to Morrow, where we have a nature preserve of 130 some acres, and then the university over on the other side, which was a comparable number, about 7,000 students. And this was a small block in between. And in that block, we basically created a transportation-oriented development tied around a state national archives.
Through the close cooperation and shared vision of area local governments, the university, and the development community, Gateway Village continues to spur redevelopment in the surrounding area.
You start with a center, almost like a bullseye of a project. And as you're able to get those projects to come to completion, it gives real believability to the private sector, where you can look at them and say, this is coming, it is real. And then we ultimately start to move to adjacent properties, so it's the ripple effect starts to take place. And when you have, in this case, $130 some million worth of development, it's led to at least another $100 million in a period of less than 5 years, which is fairly phenomenal.
The Perimeter Center area was originally developed as a retail and office hub. It quickly grew into one of the largest and most economically important employment centers in the Southeast. It's a magnet for workers and shoppers, but it lacked something crucial: a residential component. In 2001, the Perimeter Community Improvement Districts adopted a Livable Centers initiative plan that called for adding more housing into its thriving office areas.
Previously, there was not a choice of housing in our market. The ratio of jobs to housing was 1 to 7. That means 7 jobs to every one available housing product. Now we have an ability to have condominiums, we have townhomes, we have upscale apartments. We can attract entry-level workers, we can attract workers that are beyond the traditional neighborhood format, and this has allowed us to really become an urban center.
By attracting 550 housing units near one of the region's most active job centers, Perimeter Place now is the perfect live, work, and play community.
Now when we're facing the challenge of high energy cost and the distance of commute patterns, people are very interested in how they can access their job base more conveniently, and thereby they're very glad that they can live and walk and access the perimeter market without ever using their car as a secondary source.
These are just a few of the more than 40 groundbreaking developments of excellence that are transforming our Atlanta region.